For 100 winters, football and rugby have battled for the hearts and minds of sports fans. But now, in a brand new summer competition, Sky Sports presents rugby as you've never seen it before.
The blinding new summer sport for fans who love a big ball game.
Super fast, super tough, super league. The summer sport on Sky.
Voila. Hello. I'm not with Phil. He's at Headingley. I'm not at Headingley. I'm at home. This camera angle is terrible. I need to work out. Yeah, I've still got Christmas cards up. Forget that. But we are not live at Headingley. We are live in my living room. You can see there's a clock on screen. It's working. And the chat. I don't know if this will work or not, whether anyone's going to watch or not. But you're welcome to watch the game with us. We'll have a chat along the way. We'll make some jokes about Leeds, because that's what we do. And I tell you what, trust no one asking, is it a downpour like at Cass? No. It doesn't look that way on the telly. Brian Carney didn't have an umbrella with JJB, the CEO, and John Wilkin, who's not a CEO. So it looks like it's damp in Leeds, but not chucking it down as it was in Castleford. I mean, I'm in Wakefield, so in between the two, aren't I? It's been raining here all day, but I'm not outside. Why'd you go outside? I thought about going to this game, and then I thought, nah, I can't be bothered. I'll stay home and do this instead. So, Ryan Hall's 500th game in his career. He's only got another 428 to tie Jim Sullivan, which means he'd have to play until he's, what, 50, 60 something, I don't know. He could do it. What if he switches to play wheelchair rugby? Do those games then count? I don't know. But he's won everything, I think. Won a few Super Leagues. And it's Leeds versus Wigan. Leeds, a team who can't score, versus Wigan, a team who, up until they played Hull the other week, don't concede. So I don't know. Tim says, has Wilkins still got Nigel Wood's chair? It's a bit harsh, Tim. But, you know, there's enough people who slag Forty20 off for the way we dress on a Monday. And I think, we're not on the telly, we're just on the internet. We're just some idiots on the internet. No, he looks smart today. Not as smart as JJP, but he always looks smart, doesn't he? I mean, who's going to win? You would suggest Wigan, wouldn't you? But my tipping's been rubbish this week. I mean, I put Cass by 2. Why did I tip Castleford by 2? Because that didn't happen. What was the score? 20. Oh, hang on. Let me go find the score. I'll just go onto the internet and find it. The magic of the internet. What was the score? 26-4 to Catalan. So they're obviously back now. Back are the Catalan Dragons. Well done to them. If you'd missed that game earlier, I was on the radio, so I couldn't watch that. Chris says, do you have your Christmas cards up till? Yes, and birthday cards from October, because why not? Just, you know, I'm not a very good house person, really. So, who wants to bet we'll be talking about video ref during the game? I trust no one. Oh, probably. The worrying thing about this is the cats are no doubt going to appear at some point, and maybe the dog will want to go out, which is the kind of thing you won't get on Sky, it has to be said, or with those professional footballer people who do the watch-alongs, but they have all the proper graphics. I've just got a picture of Headingley there, a clock I've stolen, and the magazine. Can you read the chat on your screens? If not, it's a bit pointless me having it there, isn't it? I'm sure I used to do it properly with the chat on before, and you can actually read it, but it doesn't seem to work on this. But never mind. Lots of Wakefield fans upset about the video referee yesterday. You probably didn't watch that game. You were probably watching the St Helens versus Warrington extravaganza, but of course I was watching Wakefield. A few disallowed tries, but you would suggest that the amount of errors Wakefield made were probably more of the issue. And the good news is, of course, the first 2 games in Super League at home they'd lost. I was there, so I was quite concerned that it was due to me, but I was not there yesterday, so it's not me. So that's good. Phil says, at least we can talk about the Salford win next week instead of all the doom and gloom. it wasn't a great game, Phil, was it? I mean, you're not bothered because you've got the 2 points, and you know however many clear of Huddersfield. Well, 2 points clear of Huddersfield. Wasn't a great game, but what do you make of Huddersfield, people? I mean, we can all decide what we make of Salford, but what do we make of Huddersfield? What the thing that came out of the weekend so far for me, because we all like to extrapolate from one thing and say, well, this is the end of this. Obviously, it's not going well at Castres, Danny Maguire. Huddersfield under Luke Robinson haven't won yet in Super League. Is this bad for young British coaches? I don't know. Our club's going to be reticent to appoint them now and just bring over assistants from Australia as usual. Not that anything seems to work for Huddersfield, does it? And hasn't since... Who got them to the League Leaders' Shield? I don't know. Trust No One says, Sam Tompkins played well today. I saw someone during the game say he might end up being the next coach. But I guess Steve McNamara's got some time there, having picked up the win this afternoon. Could still be you. Could just be that Wakefield were going to win that one. I reckon it's you, says Ian. Well, that's true. But you can't write off Richie Myler, because he's a rugby league genius. Come the end of the season, says Phil, no one will remember the game, only the 2 points. I think after Monday's podcast, Phil, I'll have forgotten it completely. I mean, I've forgotten it now. I mean, what happened? I can't remember what happened in it. Just that Salford won. I was sat here watching it. I was like, huh. But I was probably listening to a podcast at the same time as well, because I do that with matches. But all that matters is Salford won. I mean, the problem is for Salford, what happens next? Where is this takeover? What's going on? Why haven't they taken over yet? Have they transferred enough 49 quids or whatever it is they're doing to buy the club? Where is that big advertising board? Why have Salford got 3 kits? I think Wigan have got 3. They're wearing the lilac one this evening in support of Wigan Hospice. If you haven't seen it, by the way, the Wigan women's away kit is very flash. I mean, I won't be buying it. Obviously, I've bought enough blooming kits this year. Not spending any money on more. People have got mixed up, says Ian. Tompkins is going to be driving the coach. I mean, he can't do everything, can he? Because he'll be on Sky all the time as well, so... I don't know. League table's on the telly, 5th versus 7th. I'm assuming you're watching Sky's coverage. It'd be a bit daft if you're not, because you're not going to get any commentary from me. But all your favourite players are playing, apart from the ones that are injured. So Jai Field's not... Have we worked it Jai or Jay? I don't think I've ever spoke to him to ask him. And Andy Ackers is obviously out for Leeds. And the best thing, of course, about watching it on mute and listening to me is, even though it's me, you don't get the excitement of the Leeds Rhinos band, nor the marching on together over and over and over again, which, you know, let's face it, we're all sick of marching on together. I think. Let's wait till Leeds are back in the Football Premier League. Sam Tompkins' knee. If you've not watched the documentary, I've not watched the Wigan documentary yet, which I need to watch because I've got to write something in my next column for Forty20 magazine next month, and it's nearly the end of the month, so I'm already concerned. I mean, there's still, April's not until a week on Tuesday, but I'm still concerned that I know I've got to write about Wigan's documentary, and I know it's good, but I can't be bothered with all these. Like Featherstone, Wakefield have had 6 episodes of this. I've not watched a single one yet because it's just too much now, too many things to watch. When is Liam Byrne off to Warrington anyway? That always amuses me when he comes on screen, because they asked Sam Tompkins about it. Excuse me. At the Super League launch. Less said about that, the better. McDermott to Giants, if Luke goes. Where is Brian? Is he still at Newcastle, Brian? What do you mean, Barry McDermott? I don't know where... I don't know what he's up to these days. I mean, that would be an interesting appointment. No, Sean Wayne's there. I mean, obviously Sean Wayne's always there, isn't he? But he's there. Why would you... Yeah, no, Ian. Well, you just write about anything, don't you? You know, write about moving house or something. Tight into rugby league in some some combination. Love the shots of the crowd before the game when they all think, could all go well here? And then they see themselves on the big screen and wave. Newcastle, says Phil. Yes. So I was right. He's still at Newcastle. As does says Trust No One. Well, I guess it depends on if he wants to come back to the UK. And what has he got to prove now, I guess? You know, he won all those things with Leeds. Toronto was Toronto. Didn't work out at Fev, but it's not worked out for anyone at Fev, has it? So, I don't know. I like Brian McDermott. I know not a lot of many Leeds fans don't like him, but he's a Wakefield lad, isn't he? So, you know. Brad Arthur's wearing a suit today. He don't usually wear a suit when he's coaching, does he? But he is. These are the important things that no doubt they're saying on the telly now. What was Gary Hetherington? Mrs. Hetherington? All the stars of Rugby League are there at Headingley. Will this game kick off on time? Well, I've got my clock on screen there, you see. Now, I think this might be based on my clock on my computer, so it's probably not the right time. But it's likely not to break down as the Sky one did. Well, I was going to say during Wakefield Hull yesterday, but it breaks down all the time, doesn't it? It's not very good. You'd think they've had clocks on screen since, what, 92? When it came in with the Premier League football? I don't know. We're going to buy 18, says Trust No One. What have I put for this game? I mean, obviously, having tipped Castleford to win earlier, it's not good, is it? Where are we? So I went a draw between Salford and Huddersfield. That obviously didn't work. Saints by 2, didn't work. Hull by 4. Cass by 2. Wigan by 8. And Hull came out by 12 tomorrow. I was doing well in the media tipping competition up until, well, today. But we'll see what happened. Why would he come back over here, says Phil? I mean, that is the question, isn't it? I just think he's got nothing to prove. And I don't think you could put Wayne Bennett, the spirit of Roy Francis, and anyone else in at Huddersfield, any of the great coaches of the past, and get anything out of them, because they don't turn around. The club is exactly as it is. So, I don't know. Now, are they going to do a minute's silence for Doug Lawton or a minute's applause? Because I can see they're wearing black armbands, and I don't want to talk all over it, so I might have to mute myself in a minute. Ryan Hall's son looks really like Ryan Hall, but with a mullet. He actually looks a bit like Dominic Mysterio, for those who watch the wrestling, which I assume is about none of you. Let me mute myself just in case they do a minute's silence. So you can do the silence. In fact, I'll put the test card back up and we'll be back in a second. If I turn my microphone on, the right one, it works better. Thanks, Ian. I was just saying that I was doing a game once on the radio, and they came to me in the 8 o'clock news bulletin just as we were about to kick off. So I'll say, right, it's Huddersfield Giants versus Wakefield Trinity in the Challenge Cup. There for us is Richard Shorey. And there was a minute silence, so I couldn't say anything. So I'm there, I'm panicking because I'm supposed to be talking on the radio, but obviously you can't talk during a minute silence. It's disrespectful, isn't it? Even though there's cameramen moving around and photographers and stuff, but, you know, they can do whatever they want. They're alone to themselves. But as a broadcaster, no. So, yeah, they panicked a bit. And then they had, once it finished, I came on and said, oh, there was a minute silence, I can't speak. So we're underway, and Leeds have got a penalty. So the power of the sound stand. No, I can't do. So I can do some sign language, like take the two. Or we can reverse that one. Do the 3-2-1. Do Ted Rogers. I think I like Wigan's lilac kit, but I wouldn't buy it. That's the big debate here. I should have put some shirts on there, and I should have covered up the cards and the fact that I haven't done any painting by putting some shirts up, because there's always some rugby shirts lying around that, you know, don't have anything to do with. I don't know if I can read that, Tim, but Leeds have made it into the Wigan half, but they're on the last tackle. So what's Jake Connor going to do? Because I'm assuming it's with Jake Connor. No, it's not Jake Connor, is it? I don't know who that is. Oh, it was him. I still can't read these letters and numbers. And, you know, obviously having mixed up Luke Menzies and Ben McAwire once on the field, my player recognition isn't great. Can't do it. It's 0-0. Who's going to win? Will I remember to unmute myself at half time? Because I'm not going to talk through half time, am I? Or am I? We're going to kick the ball away, and now Leeds have got it. How many? I assume you're all watching the game. If not, I mean, I'd recommend listening to Radio Manchester or something, because they'll actually have commentary. Unless Derek's managed to blow up the transmitter. But which Derek? Could be just making it up. Derek Jameson. Oh, a break from Brodie Croft. And now they've taken someone down. Almost. I think they're at the 30. I can't tell. They're trying to get they're trying to get a penalty, but oh dear, that was a terrible pass. And Leeds have knocked the ball on the third tackle, and yeah, we're gonna get the ball back. So it wasn't a very good pass though from. I think unfortunately it was Jared O'Connor. So I hope Terry's not doing the commentary today. Connor is easy to spot. He's the one with a forked tongue, says Phil. Bit harsh. Is he a snake, or is it just that his name rhymes? That's the other debate today. Don't you love International Week in football? Ian, you've missed nothing by not watching, because it's 0-0. I was trying to get a proper clock on screen, you know, like a scoreboard clock, but I couldn't find one, so that's why I've got this. It's a bit like the countdown clock, which is apt for the game being in Leeds, of course, until they moved it, but without the sweary version. Junior Nsemba has been wrapped up by 3 men just outside the 20, or the 40 rather. So no, the team really getting any great field position as of yet. Can Wigan Leeds deal with a kick? Just about. And they'll start 10 metres out from their own line. So nothing is happening. Apart from the clock's working, so that's a positive. Who's going to win in Hull KR League tomorrow? I was going to do this for that, but I'm now working Sunday morning, so I won't be home in time. So I switched to do this game instead. We might do this regularly if you enjoy it, but it also keeps me company, doesn't it? It's like I've got friends. Dog's asleep, cats have buggered off somewhere. They'll be back. Yeah, Junior December, when the NRL, one of the NRL podcasts asking if he'd be good enough to play in their competition. I mean, some of the players they brought over from Super League in the past, you think, yeah. But there you go. Newcastle weren't very good this morning, were they, against the Gold Coast Titans? Saw the end of that. I watched the end of the derby, the 4X derby between Brisbane and North Queensland, as Wigan have made a break, but I think that is Cruz Lima has been tackled inside the 20. They've still got 2 tackles left here, so they've got plenty of opportunity. Although that wasn't the best of plays. And now they've forced the pass, and Leeds have got it back. Dear me. Very unwigged. Maybe this is, Matt Pete said before the game, they might lose 5 in a row, which is great reverse psychology because they've lost 1 in a row. But who knows? It was a daft offload, especially as the ball went backwards off the Leeds man. But now Leeds are throwing the ball around, and still not making many metres. Are they going to drag him into touch? No, because Lockie Miller's got the offload. That was very good offloading from, I think it was Edgehill, but I'm not sure. I mean, I've not even got the teams in front of me. I'm just making up who these players are, which is something you can do on the radio because no one can see. Well, they're going to go over the halfway line. No, right then, just short of the halfway line. 2 tackles left. I like how the on the little box graphic they've got for the replays now, the word live in the corner looks like it's just in the generic font they've got on their graphics generator. They can't get like a Super League font to say live. Right, high kick. 2 men go for it. Perrin French and Liam Marshall almost getting each other's way. But French has the ball and Wigan start again. Into nearly 7 minutes gone, and not a lot, it has to be said, has happened. It's not like one of those Man United watch-alongs where you can just sit here and slag off Man United all the time, is it? Or Arsenal Fan TV. Someone will steal this idea. He says stealing it from other people and do it better, but gotta give it a go. If you can hear snoring in the background, it's the dog. She's not a fan of Leeds or Wigan. I suppose the cats are trying to chase the ball on the telly, to be honest. But big hit from Palacia. Wigan again kick the ball away, but taken on the bounce by Lockie Miller, and he makes it up to the 30-metre line. Well, neither side's had a really good chance yet. Oh, well, maybe Wigan did when they offloaded it when they shouldn't have done. It was Luke Thompson who did that, and he's good. Leeds are going to get to halfway after 3 tackles. They're showing Ryan Hall on TV. I assume he's just made a run or something. Well, they're saying, played his 500th game today. People will have backed him to score first because that's what you do. James Bentley's distribution at dummy half slightly better than the Jared O'Connor one a few moments ago. But Allegedly takes it into the 30. Last tackle again. Where's Connor? There he is. Oh no, they're going to put it through hands, as they say. A little kick over the top. And that will bounce dead in goal. And Wigan will start 20 out. So nothing is happening. He's a devil, says Ian. Is that Jake Connor? Because I don't know where the chat's gone now. I don't know what we're talking about. What are you having for your tea? Just to turn this into local radio. Are you eating crisps? What is your snack du jour when you watch the Super League on the telly? Is it humble pie? Is it chocolate? Choc Nibbles chocolate bars from your local cheap food outlets. They're nice. I mean, I shouldn't eat that many of them, should I? But, you know. Nope, kicking early. Wigan. They saw the winger up. But it doesn't matter because Lockie Miller's picked up the ball. And makes a half break. So we're going to try something, but not working just yet. Has anything else happened in Rugby League this week? Have you read Eamon McManus's statements? Have you seen Bradford's big screen? Did you see Bradford lose to Barrow? Or Barrow beat Bradford, I should say, in the Championship. How are Toulouse getting on? They're playing this evening. Let me have a look on flash scores and pretend I know what I'm doing. I think Dumbarton drew earlier, so that's a positive. Yeah, 0-0 draw for Dumbarton, that's good. Obviously in football, not... I don't think Dumbarton has a rugby league team. Toulouse beat Hunslet 18-6, approaching half-time in the Championship, as Leeds put the kick up. And Leeds are going to score the first try, are they? Yes, they are. Well, the kick wasn't dealt with. And Leeds have gone over, and Jack Smith gives the try, and Leeds lead by 4 points to 0. Can you believe it? Wigan in crisis, hashtag. Riley Lum, I think it was, with the try. Well, I'm now just looking at the press box on the telly to see if I can see Phil. He'll be on there somewhere. It was the 26th for Wigan, whose name I didn't see, who didn't deal with the kick, but Riley Lum did. He looks like he's got a haircut from the 1990s, so well done to him for that. And Leeds 4-0 up. Let's watch the replay. Well, he goes up for the kick, but he just drops it. Nice quick pass, and Lum beats a man, goes in. Leeds lead 4-0. Jake Connor, man of steel. Douglas, I think it was, who he looked like he caught it, but he dropped it, and it's James Bentley with the pass to Riley Lum. Good work from him, because he had some work to do to score that try. That's the kind of thing they say on the telly. You don't know what it means, but they're saying that. It's sad for Wigan now, says Ian. I believe, and even though you can't really tell sarcasm from text, I believe that's sarcasm. But Wigan in crisis. Welcome to the party. Here's Jake Connor. He's got the England flag next to his name, but didn't he represent Trinidad and Tobago in the Exiles game that time? As we see those houses in the background where they can't build a roof on the stand. Headingley, Connor kicks. Oh, it's hit the post. Oh no, how crucial will that be at the end of the game? 4-0 Leeds, 12 minutes gone. Oh. Imagine if Wigan did lose 5 in a row. After Matt Pete said on the telly we might lose 5 in a row. James Bentley's got a big thing on his head, bandage. I don't know when he broke his head, but apparently he has. So that's quite good. I didn't realise that they didn't do a tribute to Doug Lawton at Saints last night when he used to play for them. Especially because you know, it would be easy to say that. Well, it's not easy to say it didn't work out for Leeds, did it? Because he got them to 2 Challenge Cup finals in an era where Leeds hadn't been that good for years before. Sorry, I'm just texting at the same time. Just as Carson says, better commentary than on Sky here. Don't say that. I don't want to fall out with, but I don't want people to fall out with me. Leeds have kicked it again. Well, the Wigan man has caught it on the 3rd bounce, I think. Bevan French. I'm going to go back to drawing rugby league players, I think, after my great Bevan French picture. People tweeting badly drawn rugby league after that. That was an effort from me. That wasn't like doing it bad on purpose. Just can't do that. 4-0. 14 minutes gone at Headingley, where the South Stand band is probably going one of their songs. What are all their songs? Where Leeds Rhinos, just in case you forget. As Leeds again take the kick on the full. What's the other song they do? Apart from Marching On Together, which is dreadful, obviously. I think I've got that on vinyl somewhere. It's amazing. There's an extra verse that they never seem to play at Headingley. I don't know why. And Ryan Hall's a pianist, which I didn't realise. I'm sure I must have heard that before and just forgotten about it. I knew about his Rubik Cube extravaganzas. I didn't realise he was such an exciting mathematician. Was going to go and do, is it pure maths? I don't know. After you do maths at school, you think, I'm not going to do maths anymore. You don't think about it, do you? Because you've got calculators and stuff. So I don't understand what pure maths is. Does that mean the maths you do before that is impure? Look at me pretending to be a comedian. Last tackle, Wigan have got the ball back. Good kick chase by Leeds, and Bevan French is tackled inside the 10, trying to get a penalty. Not happening. Ref says, go with it. But probably quieter than that. Germany doesn't sing 2 verses of the anthem, says Carsten. Well, I mean, I still think it's called what it used to be called. I don't know what it's called. It's just called the German national anthem, like how the national football team's called the National Mannschaft or whatever. Oh, Ryan Hall is nearly cocked up, but he's picked up the ball anyway, so it's all right. And he's run into Junior Nsemba, Liam Marshall, and another bloke. I don't know who the other bloke is because he's on top of him at the minute. They look different in lilac. I don't think it's a rugby league colour, is it, lilac? I mean, it's all right and that, but... Oh, Carson, you'll be really happy with my latest stupid rugby league purchase, which I've still got to pick up. So Wakefield are selling off the bits of board that they had in the changing rooms at Wembley last year for the players. And some are going for like 200 quid and stuff, which is ridiculous. Even more ridiculous is paying 50 quid for Daryl Alfords, who didn't even play in the final, as Liam Marshall takes the ball. And Wigan will start just outside their own 10. Have they got a penalty this time? No, they're appealing for a penalty. Oh no, they have got a penalty. Mikołaj Leczki saying, he's holding me back, sir, but in a Polish accent. And Wigan will get a relieving penalty, as they say. Oh, you can't tell when you watch the replay, can you, if anyone's doing anything anyway, because it's all dark art and stuff. So everyone's still upset about, was it Lomax yesterday making a meal of his tackle? I didn't watch Saints and Warrington because I was watching the Wakefield Hull game, but everyone seemed to be upset about it anyway, regardless of whether it was actually a foul or not. But yeah, that was the thing I saw in the Brisbane North Queensland game. Reece Walsh trying to con the ref into giving a penalty try, and you can say con because he certainly dived. I mean, they were winning by plenty at that point anyway, so it did seem a bit pointless. But you know, rugby league players, they're sports people, they're all got to take every advantage they can. So yes, Carson, it's a big board. I've not picked it up yet. That was in the Wembley changing room with Daryl Alfords' face on. Even though, of course, he didn't play. Hang on. You'd rather see that than this game, wouldn't you? Let me head to eBay and I'll show you it. Bear with me, Cole. I mean, I've got to go to the club shop and pick it up. And I've got to walk through Wakefield with this big stupid thing. Well, let's see if I can. Let's see if this works. There you go. Look at that. Who wouldn't want that in their house? a big picture of Daryl Alfords, who didn't even play in the final. It's huge. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Just give it to my nephew or something. I think he will want it. The walk on will be good, Carl. So I'm going to have to get an Uber on. I can't just I can't carry that around. I mean, you know, I obviously would have preferred Max Jowett or something, but it's like 200 quid. This is a one of a kind piece of memorabilia, unless it's like the Berlin Wall where there's a whole stack of Daryl Alfords photos. But it's what the people want. And now I've mentioned it on this, does that mean it's tax deductible? That's the big question. As it's still 4-0 to Leeds, 20 minutes gone. I've used up all my material and nothing's happening. Oh, Warrington Leeds next Friday. Lee Wakefield. I'm off Friday, so I'll watch it on the telly. Catalan St Helens on Saturday afternoon. Huddersfield Hull KR on Sunday. Oh my God, Hull KR's going to smash that one, aren't they? And Wigan Salford. Is that all the games? Possibly. So we're all going to watch the Bench podcast on Monday with your man, Eamon McManus, on it. As one of the Leeds players who's trying to give Cruz Leeming a wedgie there. He's wearing bright yellow pants with some red things on. As Bevan French takes the ball. Not the best of sets from Leeds, and Wigan about 35 metres from their own line. Have you bought anything as stupid as a big picture of Daryl Alfords? Well, the worst thing is, Ian, because I used to work at the club, didn't I? I don't think I've ever mentioned that before. I know the people in the club shops. They know who I am. So they'll already know, oh, he's an idiot. I'll donate it to a museum or burn it. I can't burn it, can I? It's like KLF style stunt. They burned £1 million. I'm going to burn a picture of Daryl Alfords. As Wigan kicked them all away. You can never tell. You know when you're watching a game on mute, do you find it easier to work out if a game's good or not? Because you haven't got anyone in your head telling you what's going on. You have to figure it out for yourself. Tim says McManus got absolute pelters on the Saints Twitter feed. I know, poor old Saints Twitter admin. Ian says Alfords will probably be there himself. I mean, I can get him to sign it then, can't I? And then it'd be worth 45 quid. Imagine I'm bargain hunting 100 years' time. 200 doesn't seem bad if Alfords' feet. No, it doesn't, does it? I'm sure I've bought worse rugby league things. In fact, I know I must have done. But, you know, I'm just going to stick it in the back of me pretend set. So next time I go to Paul Welland's press conference, in the background there'll just be Daryl Alfords' head looming behind me, and maybe a cat. The cats might eat it. So imagine that, if the cats eat it. One previous owner, Wakefield Trinity, plus cat. Wigan have made it up to the 40-metre line. Nothing is happening. Leeds lead 4-0. I mean, I could change the graphic on here, couldn't I? But, I'll do that in a minute. Give me a second, I'm just replying to your message. What did you make of St Helens trolling Warrington yesterday? Excuse me. By having all their trophies out there, their Super League trophies. Because I don't know if you know, but Warrington have not won it. There's Leeds scooped from their own half. Right, so we'll see if we can change the text here. Where's text? Right. Properties. Leeds 4, not 5. Wigan 0. This is the kind of thing you don't get with Super League Plus. I can imagine they'll be employing me after this to do something. Jake Connor doesn't look happy. But Leeds have got a penalty. I think for tackling him before he got the ball. Oh no, tackling someone after he released the ball. Not been the best half so far for Luke Thompson. But it is only 4-0. I'm assuming that's what they're saying on the telly. Brad Arthur looking on studiously. And Leeds will start this set about the 20-metre mark. Can they double their advantage in this exciting Betfred Super League encounter? Well, that's the other thing. Is, imagine if Sky think, well, it's a good idea, this. We don't have to do proper commentary anymore. Just get some fella to talk about it over the pictures. Tim says, thought Saints trolling lacked a bit stroke lot of class. It's the kind of thing that can easily backfire on you, can't you? Because when you lose the game, people can say, oh, well, that will have given them extra motivation, whether it did or not. I mean, it's probably something I would do, isn't it? Because I don't have any class, but you know what I mean. Oh, what was that pass from Lockie Miller? The good news is, for Leeds, it was one of those big, as Scully would have said, Wally Lewis's, but Eckersley knocked it on, so it will be another set for Leeds. So third successive set for Rhinos. Unless they knock on from the scrum, of course, and cock it up, but they shouldn't do that, you'd think. Can't think of any other occasions where teams have done that kind of thing with showing off trophies to wind a team up. Do they get a replica trophy then for winning Super League? Or do they have to... Brody Croft can only be doing their... That's what he's trying to do with the ground. I was going to use a colloquialism, but I better not say that. But that was very strange. And it's another penalty for Leeds. Offside. Now, do you take the 2 here and be boring? Or do you... Because this is with a 4 successive set now. They're 10 metres out. They're only 4 up. And yet they're going to go for 2. Now... It's probably the right decision, isn't it? But it's a bit boring as well. Brody Croft was... I can't describe it without saying something rude. Is it Reading and Leeds, says Harry? I don't know. I mean, Wakefield. It doesn't... Well, there's no one on the Western Terrace with an umbrella up. I think it's just damp. It's not as... It doesn't look like it's raining in the way that it looked like it raining at Castleford. Ian says, to any other club it would have been cheap. To a club that act like they've won it every year without ever doing it was fine. Oh. This year could be their year. I realised earlier I nearly put up the video of Sam Burgess with Derek Bowe. Because I obviously downloaded it from Twitter and I was looking for something else. And I nearly put it on screen, which is a bit bad, isn't it? Because we're not reminded of that. Anyway, here's Jake Connor to potentially... Referee's telling the Wigan players to stand behind the line because, you know, naughty schoolboys aren't they, rugby players. The vein bulging on his temple. Jake Connor, having hit the post the first time. Much easier kick. Makes it 6-0. Well, I've got to change the graphic again. Leeds 6. Well, again, 0. Well, you get a scoreboard, you get a clock. What more could you want from broadcasting? As Brad Arthur and Matt Peake makes notes, what do you reckon they write on those notes? Do you reckon they actually write anything important, or they just putting together their order for after the game? No one's saying anything on Twitter, so that's exciting. Three likes, 12 concurrent viewers for this thing. Well, 3 people have liked this video. Dear me. Leeds, again, Wigan trying to drag them into touch from the kickoff, but failing to do so. Sudoku, says Phil. That's a good one. This time Leeds have knocked on through James Bentley. So Wigan, this will be their best chance of the game now because they will start 20 metres out. And of course, right, if they score here, we can all go on and say, oh, they should have rolled on, shouldn't they, and gone for a try in that other period, Leeds. Are they going to challenge this? There were a couple of men in the tackle. I couldn't really tell from the replay, but I was not really paying attention. Well, they're not challenging it anyway, so it doesn't matter. As Matt Pete looks on. Now, what Wigan need to do, they've got their Apple MacBook. They need to get a sponsor for it, because that's what I'd do. Sell the sponsorship to the MacBook, because it's always going to be on telly. Every game's on TV now. They're always going to show Matt Pete on screen. So get it sponsored by someone. Uncle Joe's Mint Balls. Don't like mint balls. Right, there's I think that's Liam Burnett. Look like him anyway. Tall fella. I don't think it was. Oh no, maybe it was. I don't know why I'm telling you who the players are. I could be making it up. I don't know who they all are. It's got nice hair anyway. But they're inside the 10. There's Cruz Leeming, former Rhino. Not really going anywhere, Leeds here. 5 away. 5th tackle. Here comes the kick. No, they're running the ball out wide. Now here comes the grubber kick, but easy for Leeds to deal with. Lockie Miller's got it. And, yeah, a bit of a wasted opportunity there for Wigan. I mean, we can all now blame it on Field not playing, can't we? So that's the good news here. Carson says, Brad Arthur always had lots of water bottles in front of him when Para played in Darwin. Maybe just needs something to do with his hands. The other option isn't good on TV. Pick your nose. Oh, you've got to sell everything out. When Richie Mathers was on the show years ago, he said the amount of money you got for sponsoring players' backsides was worth a fortune. So, why are you not sponsoring your MacBook? We'll offer sponsorships on Forty20 for biscuits or something. Good defensive set from Wigan, because they've kept Leeds inside the 20, but they give them up an easy 10 metres there to kick the ball away, and Wigan will start within their own 30 through Liam Marshall. Half an hour gone. What we're going to watch at half time. So I can't leave the telly on whether just Gladiators is on. I'm missing the first semi-final of Gladiators, and that's not good, is it? I'll have to watch that later. We're going up to halfway. There's no darts on. There might have some snooker on somewhere, I guess. What should we talk about on Monday's show? I don't know what's going on. We can't talk about this coup again, can we? Because are you bored of it? I mean, we're going to have to talk about him and McManus's statement, but as Wigan knocked the ball on, the Cowboys could be sponsored by Viners as they're getting the spoon. There you go. Especially a team called Cowboys in this country. So there you go, there's Matt Pete's laptop again. Wigan's commercial department, you're slacking. The Titans wanted $240,000 for a little piece on the front under the collar some years ago. Sponsor Matt Pete's laptop. Give him a fiver. Oh, you could give us 20 quid on Forty20, we'd probably put your logo up on full screen. Just don't tell Phil. We have got into sponsorship, by the way. We're sponsoring one of the Cardiff Demons women's squad this season, because they put a thing up on Instagram saying sponsor one of our players, it's 150 quid, and I thought, well, that's cheap. So I've used some of our podcast funds to sponsor a player at Cardiff Demons. And we get the shirt at the end of the season, so that, that's a bonus as it is, as Brodie Croft makes a half break, somehow gets the ball to Lockie Miller despite being ragdolled by Junior Nsemba. Here comes Ryan Hall. It's not Ryan Hall, it's somebody else. And they're taking that. They had a 5 on the back of his shirt. My fault. Can't read. Thought Wigan were offside again there, but Lockie Miller's taken down. Last tackle, they are 5 metres away. Well, it's Sam Lissoni who was tackled just before the line. He's the best on earth, apparently. Little kick into the corner, taken by Wigan. Will he be tackled in goal? Oh, that's very well done by Eckersley, and he's taken out with almost a headshot there by O'Connor, but the referee didn't see it. He did very well there, because about 4 or 5 players went to try and tackle him, but he also had to run a good 10 metres infield, well, probably even more, to get a good angle. So that was very good from Eckersley there. It did look like a headshot from... It looked like a headshot from Sharon O'Connor, because it was a headshot from Sharon O'Connor. Remember when we used to play and give penalties and stuff for this? I pay with biscuits. I'm not trying to bribe you like some other viewers, says Carsten. I mean, we can be easily bribed as well. As Wigan kick away. They didn't make many metres on their set there as well, and Lockie Miller runs from the 30 to the halfway line. Liam Marshall tries to put a headlock on him. 5 minutes to go. 6-0 Leeds. What's going on? Speaking of biscuits, I've been eating these recently. They've got a Highland cow on them. Dean's all butter shortbread assortment. Gordon McCoo, apparently that is. So, do recommend that. I just got it for the tin, really, because it's I can put that up on my wall. So, look, it's a piece of artwork. Don't ask me what else is at the side of me, because it's probably offensive. As Leeds spin the ball out wide, because it wasn't the best of passes, and run it back in the middle. So it's Riley Lum's try, and Jake Connor's penalty that splits the sides. Last tackle, ball goes high up in the sky. Everyone chases after it. Leeds catch it, knock on, and this will be a handover to Wigan, which it is. He's not going to peel that and go for a captain's challenge, is he? Or is he? Nah, surely it goes forward. Does Marshall touch it first? Or is he saying he tackled... well, it doesn't matter. Because they haven't challenged it and Wigan have got the ball. Junior Nsemba is now being tackled by James Bentley. Now, is that a fight you'd like to see? You know, if you had rugby league players having a fight, an actual legal fight, Junior Nsemba versus James Bentley. I mean, that wouldn't be that'd be catch weight, wouldn't it? I think Wigan have looked uncharacteristically not great in this game so far. Dropped the ball there, but it went backwards. They've only made it up to the 40 on the 4th tackle. They have had that one chance where Luke Thompson went for the offload that wasn't really there, and that's it from Wigan so far. Maybe they're worse than Huddersfield. Maybe that's how we'll start the podcast on Monday. Wigan, are they worse than Huddersfield? I don't think many Wigan fans listen to the podcast, in fairness. Sorry, not Huddersfield fans. As again, everyone waves their arms around and expects a penalty. I keep saying the score, but it's on screen now. As the clock ticks towards 6:15. Riley Lum had some Roman numerals as a tattoo on his arm, and I don't know if that was his year of birth or when he made his debut or something. I don't know what it was. Don't have to ask about people about tattoos in case it's something very personal. As Ryan Hall is tackled inside the Wigan half, but it's the last tackle. So again, here comes the high boot. Everyone chases after it. Looked offside though, but Lockie Miller put the pressure on. Well, there's a bit of a fighting back play. Fight. Oh no, they've all started hugging now. Sam Lassoni and somebody else. If you're going to have a fight, have a fight. Oh, it's because of a late hit on Croft. Marshall took his leg out. So Lassoni was sticking up for him. If you're a Wigan fan, are you going to moan about Sky not having anyone Wigan on? Because they've got John Wilkin, who of course is not Wigan, and JJB, who's the next CEO of Leeds. I have to say, do they have any Wigan pundits? Of course they do, Terry and Baz, as everyone calls them. Wigan's kick is rubbish. Is it still the 4th tackle, or is he wiping the tackle count clean? No, it's still the 4th. I've still got work to do here. Is it? they're taking the thing off screen, so I'm not sure. No, they have wiped the tackle count clean. I apologise. There's a cat jumped in the way of the telly, looking for food. Always looking for food. Minute left. Can Wigan score and level it up before the break? Looking to get a penalty. Probably the worst time to get a penalty. I'm sure you've got time to actually do anything with it. Right, here's the chip over early on the tackle count because the winger's nowhere to be seen. And Liam Marshall goes in at the corner. Where's Ryan Hall there? Liam Marshall scores 6-4 to Leeds. Kicks to come off the touchline. Harry says, who's the main Sky commentator? I don't know, I've got it on mute. I think it's Dave Woods because he was doing the pre-match interview, so I assume it was him. Marshall with a try. He apologises to Brodie Croft for taking him out. It was a nice little kick. Winger was up. Lockie Miller couldn't get back in time. And as usual, like for Liam Marshall, just had to catch the ball, which he did. Smith with the kick. And now a chance for Wigan to level things up before half-time. It is half-time. We've got a nice shot of Liam Marshall doing his laces up. Harry Smith washes his hair, dries his hair. I don't know how drying your hair makes you better at kicking, but wait some time, even though it's half time. Well, Arthur's talking to his staff about something. Where was Ryan Hall, probably? So here comes Harry Smith. We're going to put that probability thing up. Well, I can't see it because the cat's in the way. Well, it's less than 20%. I don't know how they work out the probability of kicking if it takes into account wind and rain and stuff. Some of the old days when they kicked off sand. And the kick is no good. So half time, Leeds 6, Wigan 4. Leeds take the lead. Riley Lunn with a try. Connor misses the conversion, but adds a penalty. And then Liam Marshall goes in on the stroke of half time. Who's going to go on and win? Plenty for both coaches to say at half time and such. One of Liam Marshall's L's off his name is falling off. As the camera focuses on Jake Connor, because he's famous. People have heard of him. So that's half time. Should we see what's on the other channels? Not going to watch Gladiators, because obviously I need to watch that later. Scotland are beating Wales in the Women's Six Nations. It looks like both teams have had a player sent off, so that's bad, isn't it? It's no good. But bad Rugby Union players. Jay McDonald's in Tenerife on Channel 5, so that's exciting. In women's football, Arsenal 3-0 up over Liverpool. So who's the worst team that plays at the St Helens Stadium this season? Is it St Helens men or Liverpool women? A bit harsh. What else is on? Golf, that's boring. Formula 1, boring. Tennis. We're claiming Jack Draper, aren't we? Because he's to do with Rugby League. What's on Sky Sports News now? I'm gutted that Eurosport's gone because I can't just watch some random skiing or something on a morning. NCAA basketball. Horse racing. Oh, 28-1 winner at Newcastle, dearie me. And on Sky Sports Mix right now, it's the E-Premier League finals, which they're showing. If you're paying for Sky, right, which you probably are, they're currently showing people playing FIFA on telly. It's Leicester versus Nottingham Forest. Now, I think when the new Rugby League game comes out, I would like live streaming stuff, but I don't have I don't have a new console. I've got a PS3 still, and I've not played on that for over a year. But the E-Premier League is a thing. On it, it's Arsenal 2, Fulham 2 in another game. I don't know what's going on. What happens if one of the 4 NRL teams selected to go to Vegas win the grand final? How, when, where will the World Club Challenge be played, says Phil. Well, that's a very good question, isn't it? Because what happens if one of the 2 teams from Super League is also in the World Club Challenge? Like Huddersfield. Huddersfield are not going to Vegas, are they? They're not. We haven't got any Huddersfield viewers watching this, so we can say it. I mean, Huddersfield aren't going to win the grand final either, but they're not going to go to Vegas. So we know Wigan and Warrington aren't. Are any of the other teams who are in the running to go to Vegas going to win the grand final? I don't know. I guess the good thing for the NRL is they've got so many teams they can choose from. That are they selling it to America to say here's some of our best teams? Or is it like the NFL where they just send Jacksonville Jaguars over and everyone knows they're crap? I don't know. It looked exciting from the outside, but I don't fancy spending that much money to go to Vegas to watch some rugby, because I go watch rugby down the road. You know, it's not far away for me to watch rugby. And I've been to Blackpool, and I like Blackpool, it's alright. So I don't really need to go to Vegas. Maybe if they played a game in Papua New Guinea I'd be tempted. Or Pyongyang, but even Dublin, is anyone tempted by that next year? Because A, we don't know when it is, or where it's going to be in Dublin. And there's obviously a number of big stadia in that city, well, 2, in that city. But I've been to Dublin, and it's bloody expensive. It's like York on lots and lots of steroids in terms of how much it costs. I am genuinely watching this E-Premier League football, by the way. And I'm now wondering, you know, if I'd have been good at FIFA, could I have made a career out of playing video games? And does saying video games make me really old? And this is on TV. Well, you have to, it's show jumping, so... look, Leicester have pulled one back, it's now 3-2. And the bloke's blown a kiss to the camera. It's like the bloke who's playing has got a bloke next to him. As if he's got a coach for playing a game. I'm confused. He's talking to his mates about what tactics to do. I should turn that over. So I'm assuming they'll be back on God, there's Rugby Union on ITV4 as well, the snooker on later. Get all this Rugby Union off telly. Adam Hills is on the telly, and it's definitely raining at Leeds now because he's got an umbrella. He's still also only got a coat from the World Cup. You thought they would have... Phil's point, I'm not stealing your line, Phil. Adam Hills needs a new coat. He's got the 21 World Cup one on. Yes, he does need a new coat. You think they would be able to... Oh no, we've had a coup now. We can't afford new coats. So it is raining now at Leeds. If that changes your mind on how this game is going to go in the second half. It looks all right in Wakefield. As much as Wakefield, always looks all right. Guess where water doesn't have well, I can't say that, can I? Because it's raining. I've got to say, Brian Carney's trousers, they're a very interesting shade of brown today. Not quite the red you see people wear at Rugby Union or on Bargain Hunt, but getting close to them. Ian loves Adam Hill's catchphrase. Dublin price is awful. $25 for 2 drinks, says Harry. Let's tell my Dublin story. Went there in 2002. Basically, we looked online for somewhere cheap to fly to. And it was like pennies to fly to Dublin. So we thought, let's go to Dublin. Didn't book a hotel until we got to the city and went to the tourist information. And then that was all the money gone for the week. We had a very... We tried to have the cheapest week possible in Dublin. I mean, it's a nice place and everything, and they've got loads of history and stuff. And you go around the jail where the Brits used to execute people, and it's very humbling and stuff, but it is very expensive. I'm sure the rest of Ireland's probably a bit cheaper. I don't know. We're taking him to Cork or something. Euros, says Harry. That's okay. 25 euro. I don't know what the exchange rate is at the minute. I'm going to Mallorca in a bit. 25 euros for 2 drinks. I don't think we paid that much, but it wasn't too far off. Did get an England World Cup song CD in a record shop for free though. Because I think why are they selling an England CD in Dublin? Carney's robbed Ruben Amorim's pants, says John. I like Ruben Amorim mainly for the fact that he said this Man United team is crap, which is true. And then people got upset about him saying that, even though it's true. So, John Wilkie's not wearing his big coat today, so he probably should have worn that one. And they're doing one of those. Does anyone like light shows at stadiums? This is the... we're covering all the big issues today. We'll save all the important stuff until Monday, but light shows at stadiums. Do you like them, or are you above the age of 7? That's the question at the minute. 6-4 to Leeds at half time. Eventually I'll run out of things to say. And I haven't got many more props to show you either. Let's have a drink. It's not cider. I promise you. Of course, you've seen the big news yesterday. James Child has been promoted from podcasting to... he's on the board of the RFL. I'll be sending him loads of ideas. He'll block me on the WhatsApp. So I think we're going to have to audition for a new third wheel. I don't know who we're going to get in yet, but we'll see. Big sky umbrellas. What if there's lightning now? I mean, that'd be a bit dramatic, wouldn't it? Has he said he's seen it, Ian? Has he said it? They're just showing the Liam Marshall try. Not very good defending there from Leeds. But well seen by Harry Smith to put the ball over, I think it was Smith, on the third tackle, because no one was there. And he's going to be T-boy, says Phil. Well, I'm assuming because they're trying to make loads of cuts now, aren't they? Because that's what they're all moaning about, all these chairmen. We spent too much money at the RFL on stuff. So they need to save some money, so they probably haven't got someone making tea there anymore, so I hope he gets expenses. Stats in the first half, Leeds are better than Wigan. There you go. That's the analysis at half time. Can't afford John Wilkin or JJP or Adam Hills, so what can you do? They do need to give a new coat though, don't they? They used to give the media coats every year. They stopped doing that now. I don't know why. So if you see people wandering around wearing First Utility Super League coats, that's why we haven't had a new coat for a few years. John the Legend is... can you imagine what he would have said if it had been on Monday when we were talking about Dougie Lawton? Can you imagine what he would have said? He's retired anyway from Rugby League. He's retired because he stopped doing his column in League Express. I'm sure you'll probably see him at Hunsel and stuff. Right, adverts are on. So the second half is coming. It's Wigan and Leeds. It's Leeds and Wigan. Hilsey has gone full... Is he signing executive orders? Is he annexed... What can we annex in Rugby League? I don't know. Greenland. Do they play Rugby League in Greenland? If they don't, Steve Masco will invent a shirt for them and sell it, like that Afghanistan shirt I've got. I still need to get those Pyongyang pylon shirts done, don't I? And I have got a design for them, and they are superb, but somehow it's not happened yet. It's the shirt everyone wants. If you've got some darts flights, let me know, because we've still got plenty of those as well. 4020 merchandise, not as popular as you'd think. Oh, dear me. My cat's just appeared next to him. I'm slightly concerned he's going to come and invade the broadcast. What are people saying about this game on social media? Sky described this as a blockbuster clash. Well, here's some news from Rugby League hub.com, which is Steve Mascord's site. A Catalans player has been abused by a supporter. This is Steve Mascord's words. Catalans' convincing 26-4 win over Castleford in trying conditions was marred by allegations their French international Jordan Desaria was abused in an unspecified manner by a supporter. Well, apparently Sky Sports said it during the second half. I wasn't watching it, I was on the radio saying Toulouse now winning 30 points to 6 over Hunslet. I don't think that's a massive surprise. Toulouse going well. Carlton, what are you waiting for, Carlton? What are you waiting? See, I missed it, Phil, because I was on the radio, so I didn't watch the game, sadly. I saw clips of it on social media that Super League put out. So I saw the rain, but I didn't hear about that incident, unfortunately. Is this the point where I say, well, if it's investigated by the RFL, we'll find out about it next year or something? I don't know. Golf. Beetlejuice. Despicable Me. These are all things coming up on Sky. F1, we've shown that twice. Premier League, we've shown that twice. Tennis. Darts. Luke literally got another 9 dart, didn't he? Phil says, oh, he's waiting for a cowboy. The pylon. I know, Carson. I need to get in touch with a kit manufacturer. Someone actually got in touch with me a couple of years ago, and I'm not sure what happened. So there is a design. I think it's the best thing ever, but I just need to find a firm to make them. But obviously they can make them take on all the risk. Hull Chart Leeds. I've seen Lee's Magic shirt, which looks a bit like a Tunnocks not the wafer, the tea cake label. That's very concerning. None of you have said whether you like light shows or not. It's one of me asking you questions. What happens when one of these days, and it will happen, they do a light show and it breaks? The lights don't come back on. Second half about to get underway. See, in fairness to, I was saying Wigan didn't have their MacBooks sponsored, neither have Leeds. So I saw an advert on YouTube earlier for Brentford, and Brentford Football Club have a travel search engine partner. So, we're slacking here, aren't we, in the world of Super League? Why is these people's laptops not sponsored by someone? And all it takes is putting a sticker over the logo. Better than fireworks, is it? Yes, fireworks are pointless. At least you've paid for the lights, haven't you? Are you coming up, cat? What's a cat? Cat's joined us for the second half. Wigan or Leeds, cat? What do you think? Not sure. That's the crowd filter back from their prawn sandwiches. What's the equivalent for vegan people? What's cucumber sandwiches? Jake Connor wipes the ball on the floor before he kicks it. I don't know why he's wiped the ball on the floor before he kicks it. Is that going to make... Oh, he's put some mud over the Betfred logo. That'll please him. Does it make any difference? Won't make the groundsman happy, will it? Anyway, we're back on. And Leeds 6-4. It's exciting. It's Super League. And yeah, they can have prawns, says Ian. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but who am I to doubt? As Liam Byrne gets tackled. He's the only player I recognise from Wigan, I think, on Cruz leaving. It might not even be Liam Byrne, but he looks like him. He's really tall, and he's off to Warrington next year. I don't think I'm breaking any news there, since everyone seems to know. Leeds Rhinos narrowly leading Wigan Warriors at the break in close Super League encounter. Tap here to watch second half live on Sky. No, I'm already doing that. I'm worried about asking who, Ian, but Wigan have kicked the ball. Was it a 40-20? No, because it went in, it went in on the 30, and it's not 40-30s like the NRLW, which will be back at some point in the future. They must be far away from their season because Paige Travers is still here. As the Wigan defence try to manhandle Sam Lissoni. And Leeds are up to the 40, so not made too many metres so far. There's Jared O'Connor waits. James Bentley, he doesn't look too happy with something, is he? Someone pushed his nose or something, I don't know. Anyway, Leeds are trying to spread it out wide, but Wigan's defence scrambles. I think that's the phrase. They're trying to take Lockie Miller into touch. He's turned into a bit of a Rugby. He's dropped the ball on the floor. No one's noticed yet, and Wigan have picked it up. Well, that was very strange. Is Leon's son definitely leaving Oz for Hull? I don't know. I assume that's Leon Price, because he's the only Leon I can think of. I don't know. You're asking me like I know anything, Phil. You would assume that he's not getting into the Newcastle team, is he? Or hasn't been. And Newcastle... I don't know. Is it one of those cases where he's obviously a good player, but was he overhyped too early? Mainly due to the fact of who his dad is, I don't know. Do Hull need him? As Liam Marshall takes the tackle. 5th one. And come the kick from Smith. Little chip over the top, but Ryan Hall's in position. Takes it. Takes the tackle. And Leeds slightly just outside their own line. So obviously everyone's decided that Lewis Dodd's a dud, so to speak, at South, haven't they? Even though they've played, 3 games this season? People would say that he's the kind of player, if he does come back to Super League sooner rather than later, he'll end up at Huddersfield or something. See, maybe Huddersfield need Price more than Hull, but I don't know how their salary cap position is. I don't know how Hull's is either. And the interesting thing with Huddersfield is they've got too much of their salary cap wrapped up in one prop forward. You don't want to spend all your money on props, do you? I mean, I probably would, but that's why I'm not a club CEO. Wigan's defence, oh dear me, I'm not sure if Connor tried to chip that or who tried to kick that then, or whether it was a miss kick or what happened, but Wigan are now inside the Leeds 40 with a full set of 6. Oh dear me, the handling here has been dry, and this is not a weather thing. This is a forcing offloads when they're not needed. So Nzema's picked up the ball now, and Wigan have made no meets in that tackle. Jake Humphrey looks a good player. I don't see how Dodd gets a start. You see, anytime anyone mentions Jake Humphrey, I think of the other one. So now I'm is he a high performance player at Newcastle? I don't watch enough of the NRL, do I? That's the problem. There's all a lot of limbs rolling around at the moment as Wigan try to get close to line, but the pass is forced again. I think it was Leeming that time. And a very easy interception for Leeds, who are 20 metres away from their own line. And yeah, nice pass there from the Leeds number 3, because I can't read his name. And Leeds are starting to move forward. I'd say Wigan are trying to push things in. You think we're only 5 minutes into the second half. They don't need to push anything here. They're only trailing by 4. Leeds have now got a 6 again. If Leeds can put points on the board here, they will really start to worry this Wigan side who are all over the place. It can't be just because Field's injured, can it? It really can't be. One of them will land at Para as they are the new Tigers, says Carsten. The new home of Paige Travis and her Dino Platt. I mean, I'm tempted to ask when I go to the women's lounge about how I should wear my hair, but not in a kind of, well, you're only asking that because they're women. No, because they're not. Who's got long hair in Super League? I'm not going to have my hair like Brad Fash, am I? Dear me. I can't tell you how many tackles I've got now because the other cat is still in the way of the scoreboard, so it might not even be working. But I'm assuming this is the last for Leeds. They're about 5 metres out. Oh no, this is the last one now. What was it? Oh, is it a penalty to Leeds? No, it's the referee just saying, play the ball. Just play the ball. Stop being a moron. As Leeds switch to play left this time, Miller has it. Oh, and they've knocked it on. This is the bit where the Leeds band will go. They'll do the step to and son thing if it was Wigan knocking on, but they won't do it to their own players. Why is it the step to thing for things going wrong? That's a question for you, Ian. You're a comedy expert, so you'll know. Have Hunslet scored any more points? Let's find out. 40 points to 6 now to Toulouse with 4 minutes to go in the Championship. What a strange old competition that is, having seen Barrow win away at Bradford last night. Tomorrow in the Championship, Batley York, that'll be interesting. Doncaster Widnes, Halifax Fev, and Oldham versus the Broncos. Barrow top of the table because they played a game more, but still 3 wins from 4 games for the Raiders. Well done to them on their start to the season. Guessing it's just synonymous with misery, says Ian, giving me a big word to say. We can put the ball up. Leeds deal with it. Or do they? No, because Lum's dragged into touch. Or was he in touch before the ball went out and then Wigan knocked the ball on? Lum doesn't look sure. Oh, it's a Wigan scrum, so yeah, he was in touch. This is the bit where Wigan score, is it? And then we all go, ah. Wigan are back. NRLW starts July 3rd. Thanks, Carsten. It's months away. The Women's Super League launch in a couple of weeks. I'll be heading to that and asking all your favourite players all the important questions. Not those ones. As Wigan are inside the 10. And I just held up short of the line through Tyler Dupree, who of course scored in Vegas. Oh, overlap. Don't need it because Bevan French is in. Or is he? Ryan Hall looks knackered. Referee Jack Smith says try. And we'll wait and see what the video referee says. Could this be the Wigan lead? And we've called this game right by saying Leeds need to score points when they had an opportunity. I mean, it's easy in it because you can just say things like that and it don't matter right or not. What's saying? Obstruction? No. Oh, then this might be chalked off for obstruction, but I don't know. Because obviously he's set it up as a try, hasn't he? So the video referee Tom Grant has to find a reason not to give it. Not the only one that scored in Vegas, I heard, says Ian. Ian, what have you heard? And how do you mean scored? Well, I've got to the grounding. Don't put it in the chat. So this will be a try to Wigan. Let me get my graphics sorted and my exciting scoreboard. They need to speed up this graphic though. Try. There you go. 8-6. Wigan lead. Bevan French. Man of Steel from a couple of years ago. 4 tries already this season. Well done to him. Ryan Hall jams in more than Sevo, says Phil. Yeah, it does look like Wardle. Does it look like he takes Hall out there? Well, obviously, video referee says no. We talked to him before. What are you doing here, Cat? Cat's here to join us. Which one are you? McGee Cat. Are you just laying down? They like watching sport on TV because they bat the ball. So they're big fans of tennis. I think they've already they've damaged the TV, but don't really care. Smith's kick is good. I can change that to a 10, and Wigan have a 10-6 lead. As Bevan French looks on with a degree of concentration. Have you got wet on the Western Terrace at Headingley? I have, mainly at cricket. I know it's all pointy stuff, isn't it? 7:15, 51 minutes gone. I'm giving out the time like I'm on the radio. It's like a crutch. There seems to be, I don't know if there was a delay there for something, but the camera was focused on Bevan French for ages and nothing was happening, and I don't know what's going on. But here's Jake Connor to resume play. It is 10-6 to Wigan. The champions are in front. Their losing run of 1 may end here. Leeds might think they've missed a chance here because they should have been more than 6 up in this game, I think. Feels later. It does feel later. Is it because we're in that weird period where America's clocks have changed and ours haven't? So if you watch things from America, they're earlier than they usually are. And because I work on horse racing at times, the American horse racing starts an hour earlier than it usually does. So I'm like all discombobulated when I go to work this week and it starts at 4 rather than 5. I'm like, what's going on? How are Leeds playing? Asked Paul. I think they should be further in front. What does the chat think? Because the chat knows more about rugby league than I do. I think they should have been further in front in this one. Or maybe I'm being harsh on them. I don't think they're playing badly. Although they nearly knocked on there. Someone described Saints' attack yesterday as disjointed. That might have been you, Ian, actually. And I don't know if that's the same for Leeds here. They can't make any metres in this second half, which is something where Wigan's defence appears to be a lot better in this second half than it was in the first. Maybe that was on Matt Pete's notes. Or they've given away a penalty here, as I say. That's obviously jinxed it. Walters there. They've got some good hair in the Wigan side, it has to be said. Although that looked like a shoulder charge by someone on Gannon, which certainly led with the shoulder. Ian says, yeah, very similar. This is where I don't understand why Huddersfield has spent so much on a prop, because I don't want to take anything away from props. I was one. Not a very good one. But they're just the grunt, aren't they? You need to spend your money on players who can actually change games. Props don't win Man of Steel anymore, do they? Or Lansdowne trophies. Phil knows nothing about Rugby League. He's a Tigers and Salford fan. And I'm foreign, so I'm out. Anyway, Ian must help out, says Carsten. Have you played for Switzerland or Germany, Carsten? I can't remember. Have you got a heritage number? But being Swiss, are you just allowed to play for Germany? Is it like one of those things where if you're from Ireland, you can play for either Northern or the Republic in football? European politics. Let's do that now. Leeds put the kick up, knock on. I think it was Connor because they're showing him on the telly. And Wigan will get the ball 20 metres out or whatever. Dog's woken up. What's up, dog? Oh, you just have to lay in your bed. Oh, fair enough. Dog is old, she's retired. The cat's annoying her. When the cat's annoying, she gets grumpy. A bit like me. I know. Watching rugby, talking to myself, I know. It's daft, isn't it? Should I talk to you instead? What do you think about the game? You've been asleep? Yeah. It's alright, we'll watch Gladiators after this. You like that, don't you? Yeah. As we're going to try to force something. Oh, dearie me again. Harry Smith with the offload, and then they try another one in the middle of the field, one of the forwards, and Leeds have got possession 40 out, 30 out even. Carson's knees do not work. Running on the tee for Germany is tough enough. Have they got a wheelchair team? Play for the wheelchair team. Qualify for a World Cup or something. Watch your fingers. Wheelchair Super League's back soon, and Wheelchair Challenge Cup. That launch is coming up soon as well. So again, all your favourite people asking all my stupid questions. Can I get a game? Can I come play for you? One training session. Right, here comes Leeds. Wheelchair Super League champions, of course. It's the last two Wheelchair Super League champions playing each other. But they're on the fourth. And again, the fifth rather. They made 20 metres, but here comes Connor. Pass out wide. Tip pass to Lum. Now, was that pass forward or not? Referee says yes. And we can get the handover. I mean, it was a good play. Unfortunately for Hanley, the pass, Lum was about 5 yards in front of the pass. So it was an obvious forward pass. Not Lum's fault. But they tried something. Didn't work. Not able to watch the game. I was waiting for my son's school as they went to that Rugby Union game at Spurs. 54,000 attended that game, says Paul. What Rugby Union game was at Spurs? I mean, you've chosen the wrong thing to watch, haven't you, for commentary? But I don't think you're missing much. 10-6 Wigan. 54,000 people watching Rugby Union. It really is the Emperor's new clothes, isn't it? I think Palacia lost his gum shield then. I was going to say mouth guard. It's called a mouth guard. Whatever happened to those gloves that Robbie and Henry Paul used to wear? Wigan kicked the ball away. Is that a 40-20 from Cruz Leeming? Well, he's inside the 40. That looks like a 40-20. They haven't put it up on screen yet to tell me. Dog's going to have to eat cat food now because she likes doing that. Yeah, we're going to have got a 40-20. Have they? Oh no, it must have been outside the 40, inside the 40 because Leeds have got possession 10 metres out from their own line. Apologies for that. I can tell you Leeds' completion rate has dropped since half time because they've just put up a graphic telling me that. See, I don't call myself a journalist, I don't call myself a DJ either because I can't play records. talking between things like a Burke. I'm looking forward to this beach rugby in Mallorca. I'm going there while Magic Weekend's on, because I've been to Newcastle a few times, so I don't need to go again. But this beach rugby sounds like rugby league, but on a beach, so I'm going to try and see if we can franchise it to bring to, Fleetwood or something. Wigan have got possession. Wigan have knocked the ball on. Is that Liam Marshall's hobbling around? I think he's going to give the first knock on, so he's played advantage, and Wigan will get the ball from the scrum. So that's good for Wigan, and not so good for Leeds. Yeah, as Ian says, very skillful game, this one. It's is it better than Salford versus Huddersfield the other day? So, Phil, you will have been possibly the young person who watched that game. Is this better than Salford versus Huddersfield? Answer us now. I was amused earlier by reading a headline that there's some kind of class bias in the selection policy for the boat race this year. And shouldn't swear, but no shit Sherlock. As Leeds... Oh, it was Leeds who got the ball from the scrum, beg your pardon, and they're inside the 40. Saracens versus Harlequins, says Paul. I've heard of both of those. Did your son enjoy it? That's the main thing. Always said we went to go see the All Blacks versus the North of England at Anfield in '93. Mainly because A, we got an afternoon off school, B, because you got to go to Anfield, and C, we got told off for chucking bog roll at the pitch. Because obviously all around us were grammar schools, and Outwood Grange at that time was not a great... didn't have the reputation it has now. So yeah, we got bollocking for that. Here come Leeds. Wigan kick the ball out. Marshall gets there just before Hall, and it's a dropout. Is this Leeds' chance? The dog, come on, come here. Come here. All the pets have gone mad all of a sudden. Dog's just off camera. So it's a goal line dropout. 20 minutes to go. The cat's making a noise now. It was dreadful, says Phil, but not as bad as the first 30 minutes of Tigers versus Para, the worst rugby I have ever watched. What is the worst game you've ever seen? I've got to say, it might be that Wakefield Hull game from Super League a couple of years ago. Already of Wakefield Huddersfield games over the past 20 years. They were all dreadful. Oh, Leeds have knocked the ball on. This game, Wigan have knocked the ball. This game is rubbish. What else is on? Shall I go back to watching... I think there's is he going to Captain's Challenge? No, he's just going to... He looked like he was stopping the clock to go to a Captain's Challenge, but obviously not. So, elsewhere in the world of sport, Women's Six Nations. It's finished and they haven't put the score up, so that's good. It's raining there, wherever that is. Women's Super League, Arsenal, Liverpool. Still 3-0 to Arsenal, so Liverpool are still rubbish. And in the E-Premier League finals, it's half-time or something, so I don't know what's going on there. We need to get the when the Rugby League game comes out, we need to get that on there, telly as well. Thursday, Castleford versus Hull. There you go. Warrington Leeds on Friday, along with Lee Wakefield. The Chris Chester derby. Catalan St Helens on Saturday, and then the two games on Sunday. The games on Sunday, Huddersfield, Hull, KR, and Wigan versus Salford. Am I working next Sunday, or have I got the Sunday off? Oh, it's Mother's Day, isn't it? Should I treat my mum to watching the rugby on telly? As Bevan French makes a break, but he's taken down. It's the last tackle. Can Wigan create something here? thought the referee was going to give her a penalty there. He was just waving the 5th tackle. Oh, that was a rubbish kick. And someone from Leeds has got the ball. 17 left. Leeds 6, Wigan 10. The game is in the balance. It's raining. I mean, wet weather shouldn't be an excuse for a game being rubbish, should it? Because it rains a lot in this country. And if you've played rugby as a junior and made your way up into Super League, you will have played in the rain. And you got better boots now and everything. My stomach's rumbling. I need to eat. Oh, Lockie Miller's knocked on. Why did he do that? He went into the tackle with the ball in front of him like that. Like into the camera. And lost it in the tackle. Just... Oh. Patrick Mago, he's got a ponytail. He's been tackled. Wigan are going to just pull clear here, aren't they? It's very Wigan. We used to get told off for not praising Saints enough when they won all the grand finals and stuff, because they just won week in, week out and were just a bit boring. And Wigan are turning into that, aren't they? They just win, and they know when not to win. Dog's having a drink, if you're wondering what that sound is in the background. As opposed to what some people think. Right, Wigan, last tackle, a metre away. And they've thrown the ball forward. Dear, this is rubbish. This is really bad. Remember how everyone got pious when Saints hammered Salford reserves, or Salford as they're known, in the first game of the season? This is the worst thing that's ever happened on TV. Has Leeds got a penalty here? Yeah, they have. Sam Walters has gone high on someone. Oh, it's him, right. Well, it wasn't Walters, was it? They showed Walters on screen, so like, isn't it? He was leaning, hits him with the shoulder just on the chin. Well, surely that... I don't know what's a card anymore. You are enjoying this game a bit too much, says Chris. Shall I be more positive? Oh, it's nearly 7:05. We've got work in the morning. Just think I could have done this tomorrow, but should we do this again sometime? Are you enjoying this? As Brodie Croft is tackled inside the Wigan half. Nothing's happening. I'm tempted to put the Premier League back up. Dog's back. Hello, dog. Come here. All the noises. I should have just muted. Come on, come around here, dog. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come here. No, you're not coming. Leeds have scored. Jack Sinfield has scored a try. Has it come off his head? We don't know. I wasn't looking, I was talking to the dog. Choose a better game, please, says Phil. Well, referee says it's a try, but has it come off someone's head? Should I just get sound effects on? Should I just put sound effects on this? I mean, this camera angle is not flattering, is it? I'm sat on my reclining chair, because I'm old. Right, so the kick goes up. We're all pretending now with a video referee. Right, so he's onside, he's onside, he's onside, he's onside, he's onside. Whose head does it come off? Does it come off Marshall's head? Or Ryan Hall's head? It comes off Ryan Hall's head. Does it go forward or backwards? Because as we know, you can't deliberately head the ball forwards. They changed the rules. Kevin Ward, wasn't it, for Saints? Famous try from the 80s. So it comes off Ryan Hall's head. Does it go forward or back? He doesn't deliberately head the ball. He's jumped up with his arms in the air. I mean, this is the disadvantage of watching a game on mute, but it's just like being at the stadium where you don't actually know what's going on. Oh, a lovely bit of focus pulling there between the Leeds players stood around and Brad Arthur. I don't think it was deliberate, but if it was lovely. John Harrison, thanks Ian. I don't know why I thought it was Kevin Ward. So we know it comes off Ryan Hall's head because we've seen it from 3 different angles now. So now they're looking at the... Oh, look at the grounding. Jack Sinfield picks it up and puts the ball down. How many times has Hall set Sinfield up in those 500 games? Probably not that many really, is it? Because would have been the other way around. And they're looking at another angle now. I mean, he's giving it as a try on the field, so it looks like it's going to be a try. Checking the ground again. He bobbles a bit, but he's got hold of it. He's not knocked it on. So, hang on, let me get the score right now. Oh my... Darryl Alford's come back up. We don't want that. That's it. Decision pending. Try! It's a try. It's not 19. It's 10-all. The Leeds crowd goes wild. Assuming so. I've been doing this nearly 2 hours. What is that all about? You think I could have something better to do on a Saturday night, don't you? But I don't. So, and let's hope this, when we monetise things, this has been worth like millions of pounds. So I can go sponsor more God of Demons plays. And buy more big boards of Darryl Alford, which if you missed earlier, I now own this. Well, I say own it. I don't actually have it in possession at the moment, but this programme brought to you by Darryl Alford. Every time you click an advert on this programme, it goes towards paying for a big picture of Darryl Alford's, which is now tax deductible. Jake Connor steps up. Can he put the mighty Leeds Rhinos in front against the Wigan club? Oh, yes he can. Brad Arthur looks on pensive. Jack Sinfield looks like Jack Sinfield. And it was all set up by Jake Connor and Ryan Hall's head. Well, in his 500 games, has he ever done that before? So, 12 minutes left. Leeds lead 12-10. Pressure back on Wigan. I still go back to what I said earlier, that they were forcing too many things when they didn't need to. Both when they were trailing and in front. And I think that's still the case. Although, who's that who's made a load of metres there with 3 Wigan players on him? That was impressive. I don't know any of these players are. It's all blokes, aren't they? Thank God I can't get stuff like this on the plane. My shopping will get worse. Or you could chop it up into little bits, Carson, and then put it back together when you got there. Oh, Ledgky's knocked on. And now Wigan have the ball. He looks up to the heavens and goes... Well, he's probably said something in Polish, which I couldn't understand. As Junior and Semma makes about a yard. I can't get used to this showing replays while they've got a box showing the live action in the corner. I'm still not getting used to that yet. Especially with how 2-bit the graphic that says live looks. It generally looks like my Leeds Wigan thing here. I'm sure they had more than 2 tackles, but the graphic says they've only had 2. So Wigan just outside the 10, going to the right hand side. They've got an overlap there. Again, the wingers come inside, but they come back onto the left hand side to confuse everyone. Smith kicks on the second tackle. Wigan claim a knock on, and it was knocked on. I think I'd challenge that, me, because they haven't used the challenge yet, have they? So I would challenge that. Because it might have gone forwards, but it might have gone backwards. Go on, Ash, challenge that, mate. You only got 10 minutes left to use it anyway. Harry Smith kicked, and I'm not sure why he kicked, because obviously the play was there, in position, the Leeds play. It wasn't as if they'd all moved up or anything. So yes, he might have forced a knock on here, but I don't really understand this play. And it's easy for me to say that, isn't it, as a idiot watching a game on telly. I thought he'd knocked it back at first glance, but we'll see on the... we'll see what Tom Grant makes of it. Are you a big fan of the thing? Someone called Trinity Jane is following me on Instagram. Do we think they're a real person? I don't think they're a real person, because it's just... things that I am up for a new adventure and hoping on next escape drink. I don't know what that means, but she's wearing a pants. I don't think she's a real person. So we won't follow her back, I don't think. As Matt Pete shouts, knock on at the telly, and it was a knock on. So here comes the scrum, with Wigan head and feet. 10 to go, 10 out from the line, they trail by 2. Could do the NFL commentary, couldn't I? Because that's the kind of thing they say. Alright, they've gone back on the blind side. Can you have a blind side when the scrum's in the middle of the field? Well, it's the open side, wasn't it? Well, I don't know anyway. I just used to stand where they used to tell me when I played. Mago's held up by 4 men. They're 2 metres out. They're going to the right-hand side of Wigan. Again, the wingers come in, so they've got the overlap. Oh, another terrible pass. I mean, he's done well there as the Wigan winger to take the ball, having trapped it with his foot, but some of the passing today has been not very good. I feel bad for saying that, because obviously I wasn't a good player, but, I mean, it's true. I'm not lying. You can see it for yourself. 2 tackles left. They're still about 3 metres away from the line. Wigan have been... I think Wigan have just pushed things when they haven't needed to today, and I don't really understand why. Again, you can tell me whether I'm talking rubbish. Smith puts the kick up now. The winger is up, but he takes the ball. Will he get out of the in goal? No, he won't, and it'll be a dropout. But it's not the bad result for Wigan or for Leeds, because they can waste a bit of time here. They're not going to go for the short dropout. Surely, when they're leading by 2, you just boot the ball away, but waste some time. I think by McDermott... Oh, Carsten! Glad I didn't finish reading that. That'll be naughty. Well, I don't know if that was a long dropout or not. He only went 40 metres. I think a long dropout's where you get it over halfway. But he seemed to kick that as if it was... Not sure whether he was going for a short one or a long one. It just kind of fell in the middle. And Wigan are on their second tackle, and they're inside the Leeds 20. They trail by 2. There's 7 minutes left. It's a grandstand finish. Or it would be if the game was that good. So he dropped the ball off to Mago, who, again, he's tackled about 3 metres away. Connor pulls him back about half a metre. And the ball switched to the left-hand side again. Here comes Nsemba. He's held up over the line. Great defence from Leeds. What was he saying? It was a forward pass? Yep. Scrum to Leeds. And, I mean, he did well to stop Nsemba there, regardless of whether it was a forward pass or not. But can he challenge forward passes? Because you can't check them when you're going for a try on the big screen. So how can you check them? Oh, it was forward. I assume that the South Stand all went as they do for every pass, pretty much. The clock is stopped with 73:36 on it, and now it starts again with Leeds starting from their own 10 metres. Just a matter of making as much as possible here and booting the ball away, isn't it? Unless they can, of course, score a try. Can't charge them, says Ian, thank you. You think I know the rules, wouldn't you? But I don't. I'm just a presenter. Phil's there to answer all the questions, and I'm being shown up here now because I've decided to do this. for an audience of people who are keeping me company on a Saturday night. Might do this for Catalan Saints next week then. Which I'm not sure if it will be any better or not. I don't want to tip Saints because I like Saints and I don't want to upset them by tipping them and then they lose like they did yesterday. Kick goes high, kick is taken by Marshall, and Wigan start about 25 metres from their own line with just over 5 minutes to go. We count, says Ian. I think that's what he said. I don't think he misspelled that. As the crowd at the theatre of rugby, that is Headingley Stadium. The atmosphere is probably reaching fever pitch at this point, especially from the Wigan fans keeping themselves warm by singing. There's Leeds have just done that on telly. As Marshall has the ball, and he's wrapped up by two men, or he's not wrapped up by two men because he's got the ball out to Wardle. About 30 out, last tackle. So again, what can Harry Smith do here? He's got plenty of space. So he's passed the ball out wide, but it was an awful pass taken on the bounce, and they're still keeping it alive, Wigan, but it's still the last tackle, and that wasn't a great kick. But whoever had it there shouldn't have had the ball in the first place, so I'm not going to blame them for the poor kick. That was not a very... Again, Wigan haven't been very good here. And I don't want to take anything away from Leeds, but they also haven't been very good either. On Monday we'll get Phil's opinion. He'll know exactly how this game's gone. But I don't think it's been very... Well, other Phil on the chat said he wasn't very good earlier, did he? So I don't think I'm lying here. I don't think either team have been great, but if Leeds win this one, this will be a very big 2 points. Because it's all about winning when you're not very good, isn't it? That's how it works. It's easy to win when you're good, as they nearly drop a Leeds player on his head, but managed to stop themselves doing so. Wigan's defence is a bit suffocating here, but Leeds are ready up to their own 40. Last tackle, boot the ball away. It's Lockie Miller, Connor, who kicks it away. Wigan will start 20 out. Harry says, poor Wigan. I think that's fair. I don't think Wigan have been very good at all today. And it can't be just down to field, can it? It can't be just down to field missing. Now, again, I would say this as someone who doesn't know anything. Wouldn't you be better finding someone else to play at fullback than mess around with Bevan French or whatever? Is that fair? I mean, I'm questioning the man who's won all these trophies, so I'm just throwing out a theory. You know, I've been talking for 2 hours, I've run out of things to say. Dog and cat are ignoring me now. Cat's got to sleep. And Leeds have got the ball. The touch judge just come on, waves his arms around. Was he saying 2 knock-ons? He's saying 1 knock-on. He's given the scrum to Wigan. So Wigan have got a scrum. Lum, they're saying knocked on. It's one of those where the ball goes into the tackle and both players grab hold of it at some point. But it's a Wigan scrum. They've stopped the clock with 2:20 left on the Leeds 40. The thing is, Wigan should score from here, shouldn't they? But they, and I'm not saying they won't. I'm not sure they necessarily deserve to win this game if they did. No, I don't think they do deserve to go on and win this game. But if they score here, you assume they would. Thompson's got it. He's tackled inside the 20, pretty much centre field. Take the ball out right again. French with the ball, kicks it through, and it's knocked all over the place. Goes into touch. So we've got less than 2 minutes to go. Who knocked the ball into touch? Who knocked it on first? Was it Wigan knock on? Ellis is appealing for something, but I'm not sure what. And I think it is going to be Leeds' ball here, unless Liam Fowell is challenging it. So we'll find out. 1:33 left on the clock. Captain's challenge for something. I can't put the sound on because Sky might sue me and take down the channel. Even though everyone just nicks that video footage as much as they want these days. What are you doing with the rest of your Saturday night? Let us know. It's like I'm on local radio, isn't it? Are you off to the pub? Are you going to get drunk? Are you going to sleep with someone you shouldn't? Let us know. Text us now. I don't know what happened. Everyone's hands are involved here, so this might be one of those inconclusive challenges. I did enjoy the one the other night where, was it Salford challenged and Huddersfield got a penalty from it because they spotted something else in the tackle. I don't think that should be allowed. I think as soon as you've challenged something and what you've challenged for isn't there, you shouldn't get a penalty awarded against you because you didn't realise you'd done something wrong. Harry's off to the pub. Pub's still open. They still exist. Are you a Wigan fan or a Leeds fan or somebody else? Carson staying on the couch. Yeah, that's likely for me as well. Got to be up for work in the morning, so I can't. I'll go to bed early, and I still won't sleep because I can't sleep. Got to work, do me work, come home, watch whatever's on telly on Sunday. Here's the captain who's unsuccessful, and everyone's going. There's some bloke doing a Nescafe handshake. A Leeds fan doing a Nescafe handshake. That was funny. They've just put up challenge successful on the TV, but it's not, and it's Leeds' ball, 10 metres out, 1:20 on the clock. It's still ticking. Oldham fan, says Harry. Well, they're doing well, aren't they? London tomorrow in the Championship. He says, remembering what he read earlier. Was this doing a world record against Toulouse for the most number of people dancing or something? I didn't really read the press release. I'll tend not to. Minutes ago, we're going to get in a bit fractious. Leeds are winding them up. They don't need to do anything here now. Leeds just take the ball up, waste as much time as possible, frustrate Wigan, try and draw a penalty, which is what Bentley's trying to do, isn't he? Because that's what he does. That's his modus operandi. They're up to halfway. Brad Arthur looks like Brad Arthur does, but wearing a suit. Oldham versus London, one of those fixtures people easily forgiven for forgetting it was once a Super League fixture, of course. What happened to the Bears? Wigan have got the ball. They've got 7 seconds. Last play of the game. Can they steal a victory? Or something? No, they can't, because they're attacking them. Leeds have won. Leeds are back, everybody. Hashtag Wigan remain in crisis. Why do they never take the ball back to their own line and ground it, says Ian. That is a good point. Someone's done that once, haven't they? I'm sure someone's done that before, but I can't remember who. Camera focus on Ryan Hall because he played 500 games. Are they going to give him man of the match? We'll stay for that. Everyone's saying, Rhinos. At least the voice of reason is happy on the podcast this week. He will be. Do you reckon we can get him on the board of the RFL and it'll just be me on the podcast? Oh, there's a fight. There's a fight. I don't know what's happened. Jake Connors probably said something and wound somebody up. But Wigan aren't happy because they're bad losers. I don't know what happened. I'm just making it up now. It's like a round of Whose Line Is It Anyway, where you're trying to commentate on film. Makinson sort of did it. Oh, was that the one in the grand final where he wound up the Leeds fans in 22, 3? I don't know what the fight was about because they haven't shown a replay of it yet, but it's probably Jake Connor. And they're all hugging now anyway, so... I wish if they were going to have a fight, they'd have a fight. Just don't bother with all this pushing and shoving, lads. Just have a proper scrap. Not bring back the biff and all that, but, just do it properly or don't bother at all, lads. Kicked it to them, that's it, he did, because it really upset the Leeds fans. News from ice hockey this week, Cardiff have suspended their goalkeeper for having a go at an opposing fan. I think he was a child though, so don't do that. That's naughty. Mikhail Lechki has the man of the match medal, so he must be the man of the player of the match, because it's the 2025. Ryan Hall's been robbed. He's not been robbed, has he? But it's the kind of thing that they would have given it to him because this is his 500th game. He's off over to the fans to applaud them, and they salute him as one of the great Leeds legends of the day, and Ronnie as well. Ronnie the Rhinos there. Well done, Ryan Hall. You are a great player. And he's good to interview as well because he's intelligent. Not that other players aren't. The Leeds players have got like a yellow ball, but I don't know what it is. Jared O'Connor's got a yellow ball, which must be some kind of post-match thing, but it just looks like a ball they're going to chuck into the crowd. I don't really know what's going on. They've all got one. If anyone knows what these balls are, they look like Pac-Man. As the Leeds faithful look on, and I desperately trying to think of a way of ending this programme. Has anyone got anything left to say before we shut down these 2 hours and 12 minutes of this absolute rubbish? Ryan Hall is a credit to the game, says Ian. He is. Phil says we all deserve a medal for watching that dross. I just hope, Phil, that this has earned at least 27p from YouTube. Otherwise, it's all been a waste of our time, my time, your time, everyone's time. We could all have been doing something else, like watching Gladiators, or Rugby Union, or something. Their little Molotov cocktails, says here. They're going to chuck them all at the Wigan team. Rugby league players, but could be 80s WF wrestlers, says Dominic. Which ones? All of them? I can think of one player who a friend of mine says looks like Brock Lesnar, but for legal reasons I can't tell you who that player is. Because she would sue us. Well, don't forget on Monday we'll be back with. I need to, because on the table of tap we've got the. Do you remember when Bradford said they had the world's tallest goalpost? So I put those straws on the goalposts in our studio to make them like that. We need like a little telly now in the corner, like at Bradford, like Evil Edna. There's a reference for the teenagers. Rugby league players that could be 80s WF wrestlers. Zach Hardiker's Brian Pillman. I tell you. You people can't be trusted, can you? We give you an open forum, and you can't be trusted to say anything. John Wilkins laughing at something. Maybe he's going to read what I write about him next month in the column about the Challenge Cup draw on Monday. If you didn't hear it on 5 Live, it was something. It really was something. I don't know if it was quite up there with the Richard Bacon one, which was worse, but there you go. Anyway, you're all stopping watching now, and I don't blame you because there's something else better to do on a Saturday night. So thank you very, very much for your company. I think we've enjoyed this, haven't we? I think we should do this again sometime. So thanks for watching. Listen to the podcast on Monday. We'll be back live at 6, talking rugby league. Trying to find a third person to sit behind it. Do we want a third person? I just prefer me and Phil. Let us know. I know, Carter. I know what to expect from you. You don't think I've been monitoring the chat studiously for the last few weeks, just in case. But I can trust you all. You're all trustworthy people, all of you. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on Monday night, live at 6. If you can't catch us live, download the podcast. Just download the podcast anyway. Follow us on Spotify. And all the other things, you don't even have to download it. Just like follow us and we go up the charts and go above other people's podcasts. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, we'll do this again next week for the Catalans and St Helens game. I'll do another I'll change this graphic. In fact, shall I do it now? From Leeds, Wigan to Catalans. Oh, I've done it in small case. Catalans, St Heavens. So there you go, we're ready for next week. Thanks for watching.